So everybody hears about Belfast Yards, but they're not really quite sure what it is. So it's right here behind me, and it's a weird anvil-shaped kind of property. It's longer on the Harbor Walk, shorter on Front Street, and it's got things like this. It runs from this big building you can see on the left here, the Front Street Shipyard Green Building, and it runs all the way over to the Front Street Pub and the Harbor Walk Restaurant, and it's but they've got a nice driveway in there, so it doesn't run right up to their building. There's a driveway, sidewalk. We're going to go down and take a look at it, do some show you some where it is. So as you can see, this is an odd-shaped building. This is where the Belfast Maskers building used to be, or where the back in the day it was the Belfast Moosehead Lake Railroad Terminal. But it is a weird shape, so I want to kind of give you some ideas how long. Here we are standing along Front Street on this sidewalk. It's 360 feet long, roughly, from here to Front Street Pub. It's only about it's only about 100 feet long wide here. It's 480 feet long all the way down along the Harbor Walk. And that is, by the way, giving it room for this driveway and for a driveway for alongside the Front Street Shipyard building. And then that length of that is about 200 feet. So it's not a nice square little rectangle. It's not a little, but it's completely workable. If you think things don't work, take a look at the what's now Ondine, the restaurant on the corner where the Gothic, the old Republican Journal, the old shoe store, very odd little shaped building, and yet very unique and interesting to Belfast. So this is a total of about 2,800 square feet. And later we're going to get into, well, what fits in there? What would fit there? And we got a lot of great ideas, so we're going to share them with you. So here is the entire city of Belfast waterfront that is for commercial development. Here's the big bridge. This is Penobscot Macrum. There's the walking bridge. Here's Front Street Shipyard. There's that big green building right there. We were up here when we filmed down. This is in the parking lot there behind Main Street. And there you have, this is the tugboat building. Here's Nautilus, the old weather vane, city boat. This is our landing here, Heritage Park. French and Web, this is the old Consumers building, now Paul Naren's building. Here's the French and Webb building, the old Matthews Brothers building. There is the old Matthews Brothers, now Belfast Farmers Market. Here's Steamboat Landing, and there is the Belfast Boathouse, and that is the entire Belfast waterfront. And what I'm going to say about it is, this is owned by one person or one company. This is owned by one company. The city owns this little piece. This is, again, a very small, all small businesses. Now you have city and park, then you have one owner, and then city park, and that's it. That's the entire city of Belfast waterfront. Three owners own maybe 80–90% of the available commercial space in the city of Belfast waterfront. So what could fit on the Belfast Yards property? So here are some very easily recognized buildings in Belfast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings. They would fit no problem right along Front Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buildings, all again very easily recognized. They could fit right along the Harbor Walk, and they don't take up they're not really deep stores. Obviously, it's, they'd have to be worked, but this idea of mixed use, retail or restaurants or whatever like that on the first floor, offices and apartments. Think of who's upstairs in these buildings, who is upstairs on the second floor, the third floor, etc. You have people working, people living, people doing office work, people having shops. And so when we talk about mixed use, now we're not talking about buildings that look like this, but we're talking about that kind of mixed use.